friends, so today's creative writing video is all about suspense. We did something similar at the beginning of the year, but now we're going to see how much we've improved in our writing skills and doing this challenge again. So what I'd like you to do is write 3 full sentences, and each one is going to have a specific purpose, and I kind of gave you a guideline on the bottom here. So in your first sentence, you're going to write almost this exact thing, but you get to choose the adjectives that you're going to put here. An adjective is going to be a describing word for the word night. So it's going to be, it was a blank and blank night. Now to build suspense, we want something that's going to be a little bit intense. Anything that's just kind of like meh is not going to make a reader go, oh, what's going to happen next? We want that, that's our goal. We want to make our reader go, I want to turn the page and see what's going to continue happening in the story. Otherwise, if they get bored, they're going to close the book and toss it. We don't want that to happen. So for our opening sentence, I'm going to write, it was a dark and stormy night. That is a very common story opener. I'm using kind of that cliche just to help you get started, but you guys can change the adjectives. I use dark and stormy because that's going to build a lot of anticipation. Our nerves are kind of set up when we're thinking about a storm that's happening. That's usually going to set up for something that's big that's going to happen later. So I'm going to write, it was a dark and stormy night. My second sentence is I want to introduce my character, my setting, and what they are doing, so the action. So I'm kind of giving our character that's there a purpose. They're not just sitting there doing nothing. All right, so I'm going to write, Miss Chelsea was in her studio. No, studio is the place where I go do my paintings. Painting a picture. All right, so that's my character, Miss Chelsea. Me was in her studio, setting, painting a picture, doing something. All right, that gives us a good scene that we can picture in our heads. All right, it was a dark and stormy night. Miss Chelsea was in her studio painting a picture. For my last sentence, this is my hook. This is what's going to make the reader go, oh, what's going to happen next? So the hook is going to be something that happens that actually makes us ask questions. All right, now not to be confusing, but I want to know more about this subject. So the hook, wanting to read more. All right, so my hook is going to be this. It was a dark and stormy night. Miss Chelsea was in her studio painting. She heard the door open, but no one was there. All right, I put what's called an ellipses, the 3 dots, to show that it's going to finish off in a way much later. Okay, so that's a really bad way to describe it. I'm sure a lot of writers are like, no, it's not right. But actually, this just, again, builds suspense. That means we don't have the answer to what that is. So she heard a knock, she heard the door open, not a knock, sorry. She heard the door open, but no one was there. So the question is how did the door open? Did it open by itself? Is someone there but actually hiding? Who is this person? Is this person going to be a good person or possibly a bad person? So this leaves us wanting to know more about what's going to happen next. So this is what's called building suspense. So it was a dark and stormy night. Miss Chelsea was in her studio painting a picture. She heard the door open, but no one was there. All right, so that's my challenge for you today, is I want you guys to write something that's going to make me go, oh, what's going to happen next, okay? And take a picture of what you've written, post it to JoJo so I can see, and I would love to be able to post these too, to show everybody else the coolest, what I thought was the coolest writing that made me go, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen? Because there are some clever writers out there. I think one of my best ones was a 3rd grader who wrote something that was so cool and intense that made me, even as an adult, want to know more about his story. It doesn't matter how old you are or your skills, you guys can write something super cool and have amazing ideas, because, you know, ideas start now. And once you build them up until you get older, my goodness, you guys are gonna have the best, coolest stories. I mean, I published 2 books. I'm gonna be publishing another one soon. If I can do it, so can you. So get practicing, take a picture, submit it, and until then, happy writing. Bye, guys.